parents. And I think I was on this street called Virginia, right outside of our elementary school. And I remember him asking me if I had seen her, or if I had seen her with anybody. And 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 now thinking about it now, I realized it was because she was kidnapped, because she was taken. So I think my parents' fears were probably I mean, they weren't ungrounded fears. And I remember actually going to Disneyland with my family, and I was wandering off at the cafeteria at Tomorrowland. I remember, because it's like that huge cafeteria, and I remember some man grabbing me around the chest, and it wasn't my family, and it wasn't my father, and I remember kicking at him until, you know, he let me go, and finally he let me go, and I ran back to my parents. I think I was lost, and I remember not telling them about it because I was afraid I was going to get in trouble for being lost and kind of wandering off on my own. So I don't think their fears were ungrounded, actually. I don't think they were that overprotective, because I think if, for my own kids, I think I would probably feel the same way.
Did you feel sheltered?
Yes, I felt very sheltered when I was younger. I think it would have really helped if, I think my parents, they had so much on their minds. They were so worried about like finances, and, you know, they didn't, English wasn't their first language. I think my dad, you know, really tried to get us involved in cultural things, like giving us ballet lessons, giving us piano lessons. But as far as like, that's kind of like an individual type of activity. As far as going out for sports or anything like that, I mean, they just never did it. I mean, I remember thinking I wanted to do things like that, but I would never ask my parents because I never wanted to ask them for anything. And I think that would have really helped, because socially I'm not the most like easygoing person to get along with. And I think if I had had more group activity apart from hanging out with my sisters, it would have helped my social development. So I don't know if it was just, you know, the language thing, or they didn't realize that that was what you should do with your kids. I remember Paul telling me he went out for all kinds of sports when he was younger, and, you know, I think it really helped him out.
Okay. I'm gonna try doing a different frame on you for this.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So let's talk about family. Tell me what the word family means to you. What it used to mean to you when you were a child, and what it means to you now.
Well, I mean, obviously, when I was a child, my family was my immediate family, and then one or the other of my grandparents used to live with us, so they were family, and we had aunts and uncles who were family, and you know, they were basically um, there to take care of me. You know, because I was so sickly, like one of them would always take care of me. My brother and my older sister were really, um, you know, they were really responsible for taking care of me a lot, as well as my parents. They used to like stay up really late at night and help me through rough patches and stuff. Now, family to me has added on my husband and his family. So um, now we have a huge family, and you know, they're nice people. They, you know, they live in Orange County, like most of them do, and they're very supportive and very nice. So they're my family now too.
Is it kind of, I know you've talked about this before, how it's a little hard to relate to them because they're so white.
Well, it is sometimes hard to relate to them because, I mean, I think that was probably a problem earlier in our relationship. Now it's not so